we grew up junior high, park and recreation. So we grew up friends, man. We grew up. So it was kind of hard for a person like myself and Clyde to declare an all-out war on the Crips, what Raymond was doing. Raymond asked us to join. We refused because we wasn't about what they were doing. But these are our personal friends. So, and then we have on the other side of us, the bounty hunters. Our neighborhood split. Half of us went to school with the bounty hunters and played at Real Rogers Park with those guys. So now the Crips and bounty hunters at war, and we don't want to get involved. So bounty hunters and bishops are Crip lovers. And they were right. Them guys was our friends. The pit bulls, the bulldogs. Them guys are our friends, man. Mac Thomas lived in our neighborhood at one time. Jimmy Miller was my childhood friend at 92nd Elementary School. Big name Crip. Tyrone Tate lived in our neighborhood. And it goes on and on and on and on. So when we went to war with the Crips, we didn't fight every Crip. We didn't. We couldn't. We know their mothers, their grandmothers, girlfriends with their boyfriends with their sisters and vice versa. So, yeah, man.
And your relationship with the Days never faltered, did it?
Hunter and Headhunter? Those are our brothers. The Lavender Brothers and the Day Brothers, just the same. We would never fight one another. Close relationships with the Days. Wayne called our house, checking with the family. Wayne's been to our house numerous of times. As a matter of fact, Headhunter mentioned a time when he came to a party in the Bishop neighborhood, and he had to find an escape to get out the party. And he said somebody told him that Space was out there, and they found a way to get out the house to hit some back streets and get away. But had somebody told him that the Lavenders out front, whole different situation. He don't have to run. He don't have to try to get away. As a matter of fact, I'd have told him, stay here and party with us tonight. Very close relationship with Hunter.
That's deep. That's deep. Tell me a little something about the Compton Bishops.
Very little. Michael Roseborough lived actually next door to Lucky, who started the West Side Bishop. Michael was moved from our neighborhood, and he went to Compton, and he started the Compton Bishops. They, of course, had got Bobby's blessings, but they didn't last too long. As a matter of fact, when me and Bobby stepped down from Bishop, it's the same time that the Compton Bishop broke up. Okay. I don't know a whole lot about the Compton Bishop.
It's all good.
But very little about them.
Yeah. Well, let's go into the Beach Bishops real quick, that area, because I don't know the area and the history like you. So people get in touch with me. Why Jimmy didn't mention this about the beach and that and that? I don't know why. So what is this Beach Bishops before the bishops formed in 72? What's that about? The area, I guess.
It's the same area. There was never a beach bishop. Okay. It was called the Beach Boys. Okay. And when the Beach Boys was out, I was like 12 and 13 years old. So they predates the bishops. So like every other neighborhood got their own little crew. Our neighborhood went from the witch doctors in the 50s. Then they went to the Deacons. Then they went to the Beach Boys. And then they went to the Bishops. All the same neighborhood. So when they say Beach Bishops, they're actually talking about the Beach Boys.
Gotcha. What was the Beach Boys doing, man? Did they fight like businessmen, Slausons?
Actually, the Beach Boys. See, the Slausons and the businessmen and all those guys, they left that lifestyle right after the Watts riot. everybody came together right at that time. And the Beach Boys came out around 67, the same time the Avenues came out. So the Beach Boys was, could be, trying to find a word for the Beach Boys. They didn't allow you to cross the tracks. As I did my next book, we mentioned Burtis Lawson, and that he himself had to get an okay from the president of the Deacons, Charlie White, before he can come see his girlfriend named Linda. I found that out. Sorry, Bird. I heard about it. This is my book, Bird. So they talked about that. So the same thing is you couldn't just come in our neighborhood. And now what you hear is now, recent years, you might hear the Lavenders and Ghosts and all these guys, but coming across those tracks was a violation way before us. I mean, frankly, way before we was born. And it's that same way today. So it was not by us. Beach Boys was, they were unpredictable. I know stories that I've seen them do stuff. 92nd and Beach was the drug capital of Watts. At that time, Beach Boys hung on 92nd. I done seen them fight the police. I done seen them make two men's kiss on the tracks. French kiss. Yeah, true story. I gotta tell you this story.
Yeah.
Now, what happened was, my little bad butt, my mother allowed me to hang out with my big brother now. And Willie wasn't a Beach Boy, but he was that age. Willie was a businessman. So I'm hanging out with the Beach Boys. We had a party on the other side of the tracks. Today would be 8-9 neighborhood, 8-9 hood. So we at the party over there, and there's these two guys. One of them had a blue Godfather on, dressed all nice. So we call him Blue all night long. And they buying drinks. And my little bad butt up there on the tracks with them, drinking. And then the liquor store closed. No more wine. You know, we were drinking White Port, Thunderbird, that type of wine. No more wine. So the homies started looking at the guy Blue and his partner. They had come over the tracks. We kicking in the neighborhood now. Liquor store closed. I believe it was Deuce or Tenor. They're twins. One of them said, who are these guys? All their money was gone and the wine was gone, and they made them kiss. They had a choice. You're going to beat them down or you guys got to kiss. And they French kissed. And one of the homies said, man, they ain't doing them. They made them get really off into it. I've seen the Beach Boys stomp people down. I've seen the Beach Boys stomp people down. You know, I once put it on the Crips. I said the Crips started that old rat pack and stuff. A lot of people jumping on one. But I have to correct myself. I've seen the Beach Boys do
it. You put everything on the Crips, Jimmy.
Yeah, I put it on the Crips.
But you gave the leather jackets to the Avenues.
Yeah. The Avenues started taking jackets and biscuit shoes, tennis shoes. You better not wear no all-star shoes, watch. Anything they wanted, the Avenue was going to take. We talk about the leather coats and suede coats all the time, but they took your hat, brim, whatever they wanted to take. And then when Raymond started his Crips, he just patterned the Crips after the Avenues, and they just spread it out much larger, doing the same thing on the east side. And I want to say it again. I'm only speaking about what was going on the east side. I don't know West Side history. I don't know the Compton history. I'm not saying the Compton Crips or the West Side Crips is the same thing. I would be out of line for saying that. But I can tell you about them damn East Side Crips.
Jimmy, when did the Crips and Bloods start wearing the red and blue pendants or black and silver, stuff like that?
I think it's fair to ask, when did they start claiming who wears what? Because we always wear Pendletons.
Okay. Like Fred Sanford in there?
Yeah, we always wear Pendletons.
So that was an older guy thing. Or was it a Mexican thing?
Mexicans had it first. Mexicans wore that first. Yeah, they wore that and the hats down first, gangster looking. I had Pendleton shirts way before there was a bishop, all that stuff. We didn't wear colors. I mean, in my days, we wore Godfather hats. The bishops wore Godfather hats, bomber jackets, or any kind of jacket with fur around the collar. Now, if you saw me on the west side somewhere, you probably would have thought I was a Bram. But on the east side, you know that we were bishops. Bounty hunters wore ace deuces, earrings, and a lot of them had black fingernail polish on his pinky finger here. Now, if you seen them somewhere else out of Watts, you would think that they were Crips. But in Watts, you knew they were bounty hunters.
All right, well, Jimmy, I'd like to thank you for taking time out on this Sunday to come to Kev Mac Videos. And if there's any message or any stories that you would like to leave us with, feel free.
Well, I'll say this. A lot of things happened throughout the years, and some of us still talking about some of the guys 50 years ago, and such as Jimel, and we getting that new generation to turn to hate him, and I think that's wrong. But I think it's fair. If you want to talk about what Jimel said about the Tookie situation, then I think it's only fair to ask what created that situation. Why did he say what he said? What did Tookie say about him to make him react? A man that was already diagnosed as being mental. So you attack a man that was mental, and then he responded, and now the whole world wants to blame a mental man for his response. And I think we all need to really wake up and think about that for a second. You attack a man that we all know has a mental situation and had been on meds for 15 years before he was attacked. So you find out what Tookie said, and then you might understand more about what happened between the Tookie and Jimel situation before you go judging Jimel for what his response. That's all I got to say about that.
Do you have any other friends from Avalon or the Avalon projects?
Yeah.
You want to give them a shout out?
Brother Ron, hope all is well with you, man. Hadn't heard from you in a while, and look me up and hit my number up. If you still have it, give me a call, Ron.
All right. Thanks, Jimmy. Appreciate it.
Thanks. You guys take care.